Hey guys, what's up? It's Ethan. Welcome back to another week on Paperboys. This week we are talking about legally transitioning. So legally transitioning is a really important part of your transition overall. It is what lets you be truly and properly officially recognised as your chosen name, and it also means that you can update really important documents like your driver's license, your passport, your bank accounts, all these things which can have a huge impact on your life. And what I have here is a deed poll. Doesn't want to focus. You get the idea. Now you need one of these here in the UK anyway. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but here in the UK you need one of these for changing your name legally, and it is super simple to do. This one I did by myself online. There are loads of websites that support doing it, and they're free, which is perfect. You go on, you fill out your details, you fill out your old details. You need 1 or 2 witnesses depending on the website you use. Print it off, sign it, witness signs it, and you're done. There are a few stipulations as to who can be a witness, but it's really quite simple. You know, like can't be a family member or that kind of thing. So once you've done that and you've got yourself, Anyway, once you've done that and you've got yourself your deed poll, this is what changes everything for you. You can then send this off with a form to update your details on, for instance, your driver's license, and if you choose, as I did, send a new photograph with that, and they will update your driver's license. I added a new photograph because I just really wanted to update it to something that was a better reflection of me, and so that meant I had to pay for that. But I believe if I had not been changing the photograph on my driver's license, that also would not have cost anything, which is great. Things like banks can be difficult. When I was changing details at the banks, some were less than inclined to accept the deed poll. They said that they would accept it if it had been signed by a lawyer, a justice of the peace, a notary, all of which costs money. So they weren't necessarily willing to accept the free deed poll, despite the fact there is no legal requirement that I could find saying it had to be notarized. The free one is perfectly legal to use. I am with a couple of different banks, so I had a different experience in each one. Some of them did accept it as it was, and they changed it. It took all of like a minute just sitting with a cashier. They changed the details on their file. I signed a thing to say this is definitely me, this is my signature, which by the way hasn't actually changed because I only signed with my initial and my surname, and I was done. Happy days. For where I had issues and they would not accept the deed poll alone, when I got my driver's license back, I went back to them and I said, look, I have my driver's license, and that was fine. There was a little bit of an issue in amongst the middle, which I'm going to put down to misunderstanding and miscommunication, but regardless, you can use the deed poll to update your driver's license, which is then a legal form of ID. Take that to the bank, update things, they must accept that. They don't need that notarized or anything, that's absolutely fine as it is. And there you go, you got yourself a driver's license, you got yourself bank accounts, all in your name. Then there's no stopping you, really. It honestly is as simple as that. I was really apprehensive when it came to legally changing my name, because I thought it was going to be a really long, drawn out process. I just can't believe how easy it was. Honestly, the most long, drawn out thing about it is just the fact that I only printed and signed and witnessed 2 copies of my deed poll, which meant I could only send it away to 2 places at once, and that was unfortunate. So big tip, have a couple of extra copies, because then it means you can send off your driver's license to be done, but then you can also do things like your phone bill or finance agreements, other places that may want to see it. You can do more than one at a time, so that what gets spent as it posts to them and gets processed and then gets posted back can be done in different places all at once, and that speeds things up drastically. Now, the only thing I have not yet done is my passport, because as far as I can understand, you do have to pay to update your passport, and as a student I do not have the money to do that. I think it's only like 50 quid, and £50 maybe doesn't sound like a lot of money, but when I'm on 3 months with no income, it's a lot of money right now. But I'm not likely to need it in the near future, and it expires in a couple of years anyway, so what I think I might do is just wait. If for some reason I do suddenly find I need to use it and I have not updated it, and the same goes for your driver's license or a bank account you haven't changed or anything like this, if you take your deed poll, you often find that a deed poll and an unchanged driver's license together will still be accepted. That was something I used when I went to Apple and was sorting out a finance agreement. There was just a little bit of a confusion over, well, your driver's license has not been changed yet, but once they checked, it was absolutely fine. So the deed poll is a really, really important thing to have, and it's so simple. There are so many places to do it. I'm not gonna link any down below. I can't remember which one I used, but there's plenty there, and do not be put off. You can get away with doing it on a free one. So yeah, legally transitioning scared me. I thought it was going to be huge and complex and awful. It's not. It's actually really simple. So don't be scared. Go for it. And I will see you next week.